What's going on, YouTube? This is going to be a very brief overview of the Mick Stri Custom Knives SnG. This one is in 20 CV and it's in a double gunner grip. Let's see, you got the blade steel there. It's going to have a tie lock side with the G10 gunner grip on the show face. Stupid proprietary pivot barrel where you have to have an Allen key and then some sort of spanner tool to actually figure out how to open that thing. I hate taking this thing apart. This is something I carry quite often, you know, if I'm going out to do something where I know I might use it, or I might need to put a little beef into what I'm cutting. I take this because it is pretty much bulletproof. I mean, it was made, it's no frills. A lot of Strider's fanboys out there. This is like, it's cool. I probably wouldn't buy another one, not at the price point they're at, because you just don't, you know, they don't give you enough with it. The reason there's no box out here for anything for you to see is because it comes in a plastic bag. Strider is a USA company. They're out of California, and they do drops periodically. I think like every Friday. They have a drop of a couple different knives. This knife's on washers. It is, I mean, this one's okay. The action's okay. I mean, it's broken in quite a bit since I've had it. Ergos are good. You have a nice choke up spot right here. Nice sharpening choil. It's really comfortable to use in the hand. No complaints there. Let's get a weight on this thing, and then we'll put some knives up against it here. .9 ounces. Yeah, 3.9. It's pretty cool. Not heavy, not light. It's got this big doofy pocket clip, but it does work pretty well. This is the new version of their gunner grip on here, so it's not as pocket shredder. It does have a lanyard hole back here that conveniently the knife blade will go in and cut your lanyard right off. So don't use a lanyard on there. It does have a lock bar stop, lock bar stabilizer. This is carbonized titanium lock bar with just a regular old detent ball in there. I'll tell you this right now, this knife I don't take apart much, because the first time I took it apart, I broke one of the screws, just broke right in half. I don't know if they make their own screws or what, but there was still enough threads for me to throw some Loctite on there and get it to stay fine. They do have good warranty work. I've had a Strider before that I sold that I sent back for warranty work because it had lock rock. Now, Striders have lock rock, Striders have blade play, Striders have this, Striders have. This one is fine. It's pretty dead center. No issues there. This one does not have lock rock. It does not have any blade play, and the action is still pretty decent. That's why I'm keeping it. It's got a nice thumb flick is fine. Reverse flick, good. I mean, it feels stiff, but it's a washer knife. My Chris Reeves have broken in much better. However, this thing is, it's just different. I could toss this down the concrete and I'm not really worried about it. My Chris Reeve, which this is more expensive than my Chris Reeve, you know, whichever ones that I do use. I have an Nkosi, an Unzon, Sebenza, small Nkosi. And if I know that I'm going to kind of beat on a knife, this is the one I grab. I don't know why that is. Maybe because it just feels like it's kind of indestructible. Oh, let's see. Like I said, this is G10, full titanium. Hardware on this, you get the stupid pivot here, which I have a special tool for somewhere. But like I said, I don't take this thing apart. If I need to rinse it out or clean it out, it's getting sprayed down with some WD-40 PV Blaster. I've hit this thing with everything. And then what I'll do is I'll just drop some nano oil or something in there, and the action always comes back to how it was. I could take this apart, meticulously clean it, and put it back together, and the action won't be any better than this. It almost like it doesn't need anything. Sorry, back to hardware. This knife frustrates me just because of what they charge for them. T10. So these are all T10. Front, back, pocket clip, T10. So everything T10 except for the pivot barrel. Size comparison, PM2. I mean, it's about PM2, so a little bit shorter. Almost dead on, actually. Bug out. Much bigger than the bug out. Blade length on this guy is gonna be, see, right at 3.5 with a cutting edge of like 2.8, which is like crazy that it's 3.5-inch blade length with a cutting edge of 2.8. It's just because they put all this beef in here. Blade stock is really, really thick. Like I said, I like the knife. I don't get the hype about them, really. I understand. I was also in the military, and I know they're like, oh, military guys. Well, no, not really. They always gave us Spydercos in the military, to be honest. Those were our crew knives. So, you know, whatever. They work better, and they're cheaper, easier to maintain. So, yeah. That's it. This is a Mick Strider SnG. They make a couple different variations of it. I mean, they do everything, different type of G10 on here. They'll do full tie. They have the Performance series, which the Performance series does have a double Allen key, which is much better. But you can see this pivot barrel just free spins in here. It has wicked pivot lash. I don't even know if you can hear that, but it's just the way the knife's made. I mean, everything's kind of just bouncy together. But when it's locked out, it is locked out good, and I like that. That's the one reason I sent my other one back before I sold it. And to be fair, the customer support was really well. If you follow the insane list of instructions they give you to file a warranty claim. But if you do everything correctly, they will honor their warranty. So good on them for that. Yeah, it's cool. I think if you're gonna buy one of these as a user, it's worth it. I want to be careful about how I say that because, like, obviously, if you like Striders, you're gonna buy it regardless. I would say if you've always coveted a Strider and you've never handled one, I think you're going to be disappointed, man. It's just not, especially if you've handled some really nice, like, American stuff like Chris Reeve, or even stuff on bearings like Mick Stri. I mean, there's 100 different examples. I would say if you know what Strider is and you've handled them and you're like, oh yeah, that's good. Or if you're a collector, go for it. But like I said, the only reason this knife comes out of the knife case is if I know I need something that I can really, get into it. And it's good. I mean, the stone washing they put on the blade doesn't take scratches really easy. I've cut open landscaping rock bags of this thing, which I wouldn't really advise, but I've done it. It does take a licking and keep on ticking. Their heat treatment isn't known to be the best. It's super inconsistent. But this one, I can strap back. After I use the crap out of it, I can strap it back pretty easily. I haven't had to put a full sharpen on it, but I would say the heat treat on this is pretty good just because how well it takes an edge. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good knife. It's a bad knife. The main thing, it's just too damned expensive. All right, any questions, comments, throw them in the comment section. Cool. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.